Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm here with my macaroni salad bracelet, because it looks like macaroni. That's basically all the reasoning behind the name. But anyways, this is similar to the Lace of Spades bracelet, which I made a while ago, when it comes to the stringing method of the stuff onto the fishtail. But anyways, let's get started. Now before you start this, you're going to want to just make a fishtail, like any normal fishtail, and make it long enough to fit around your wrist. And once I show you how to make the little macaroni pieces, you're going to want to make a lot of those too. I used about 16 macaroni pieces thingies for my bracelet. But anyways, let's get started. So to make a macaroni thing, you're going to take your base band, which in this bracelet was orange, as you can see. Now I'm using white for it. You just put it on your hook. Now you're going to take your lace colored bands, and in this particular macaroni project bracelet, not macaroni project, macaroni salad bracelet, I am going to use rainbow colors for my macaronis. So we'll start with red. You're going to pull it through your base band. Put the base band back on your hook. Pull the colored band through or over it, and then put the other end of the colored band back on your hook. Then you take your next color, pull it through these two, put the white on your hook, pull the orange over, and keep continuing using more colors in a series. Or you could do it how I did in my previous bracelet and just use one color for this step. But I figured I might as well show you guys how to do multicolors. You're going to do this until you have 8 stitches on this white band. So I'd have 8 colors on here. Or if you're doing one color, 8 bands of one color. Just got 2 more to go. And here's my last one. Now to finish up this piece, you're going to pull your final band over the white and just drop it off. And at this point I just like to clip it on the white. And if you look at it this way, if it's like weird or not looking as even on the rainbow part, as you can see on mine, you can see these little like dashes right underneath the little loops of each color for a lot of them, and some don't have that. So if they don't, you just kind of spread them out, open them up, and leave room for them to appear. And that should fix your issues right here. But anyways, you now have a total of 16 of these little macaroni pieces that I made off camera. So you just repeat that until you have 16 of them, or however many you think would go around your wrist. I'd say start with 16 since I have a really tiny wrist. But now we're going to get to the actual stringing portion. So you're just going to take your fishtail, make sure that it's clipped at the end, and you're going to take one of your macaroni pieces. You're going to go to the bottom with the cap band, and you're just going to string this bottom white onto it. So to do that, what you would do is you would just flip it around like this. You would just take this white, open it up so it's big enough to string onto the fishtail, and with the help of your hook potentially, you could take the C-clip off right now if you want, and pull the bottom part of the fishtail onto it. make sure it's facing so that this whole part of the cat band is facing upward, or forward I guess, and that this little macaroni piece is at the top half of your bracelet. And now, what you're going to do next is you're going to add on another macaroni piece, but this time you're going to add it on through this end. And you will be adding on through this end from now on. So you're just going to take this little clipped, couldn't talk for a moment, this little clipped piece, put your hook through the white and unclip it. And then you're going to find the end of your fishtail with the clip on it, pull this white up and over the clip, and use your hook to help hold it open large enough so you can string it on. And if it's facing this way, just flip around the fishtail so that this macaroni piece is on the bottom. And you just scoot it back so that it's close to the other white piece that you added on. So you have something that looks like this. Next, you're going to add on a third macaroni piece. Again, just take another macaroni, find the purple, or the white nearest to the purple. Or basically, if you're not using colors, it would be nearest to it'd be the end that has to be clipped or else it unravels, basically. And again, just going to string it on in this manner. Purple section first and then red following. But you're just putting the purple half of the band on. And when you string it on, what you're going to do is you're going to, sorry, I'm looking at my bracelet, my other bracelet, my finished one while I do this. You're going to make sure that the bracelet looks like this when you're adding it on. That you're adding it to the bottom half, and that there's one on the top half and two on the bottoms now that you've done this. And that the one on the top was the first one to be added on, this one on the bottom was the second, and this one here is the third. And now, we're going to do something a bit different. Actually, wait, did I do this right? Blech, my brain hurts. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. This is confusing. Hold on. Let me consult my other bracelet, okay? Okay. Ah. Sorry. Rewind, take this off. I always feel bad when I screw up in the tutorials for you guys. Take this off, reclip it, throw it in your pile of macaroni doodles. Now your next step, after you do this, is to actually add this little other half of the red on. So you're going to take the white at the red end of the first macaroni doodle thing that you added on. You can tell because the other half is here. And then you're going to find this fishtail end right here. And you're just going to pull it through this red piece, or red end right here. Like that. After you do this again, you know how I mentioned earlier that the line pieces might not be showing through? After this is the point that it usually gets messed up. So if you can't see the lined sections or pieces of the bands in this little macaroni doodle thing, stretch it out a bit. Make sure that you can. because in general it just makes it look neater altogether. Alright, now we can move on. So the next step after you do this is what you're going to do. Sorry. Alright, the next step after you work on this is you're going to string on your next macaroni doodle majig at this point. So just take one, put this on your hook, yada yada, unclip it, and all that. And you're just going to string on your purple so that it's on the bottom end of the fishtail. And so that when you add it to the bottom, it's the second one. And make sure that this little red thing is on the top, this red piece that you need to still attach. And after you add that on, what you're going to do next is you're going to add on this red half that's on the top. So you're just going to take the end of your fishtail and put it through this band. Make sure that your fishtail isn't twisting during these steps because it's pretty easy for it to twist. Now your next step would be to add one macaroni on the top, but you're just going to repeat this process. I'll show you how it looks on this bracelet if it makes any sense. So right here you can see there are two ends of different macaronis trapped in between this one section of a macaroni. And you can see this pattern repeating itself throughout the bracelet. So to do it here, next I would just add on one half of a macaroni, and then I'd add on this other half to encase the two halves of the two different macaronis. And you just keep repeating that through the whole bracelet. I don't quite know how to explain it any better than that, but you can rewind and watch my general patterns that I've been working on throughout this, or just pause the video and see how I add these little things onto this bracelet. I just feel like examining a previous bracelet is the best way to learn it. So anyways, I'm going to go do the rest of this off camera, but come back to show you how to finish it. Alright, so once you've gotten to the end here, at this point you'd usually add on another little macaroni doodle, but instead you're just going to take this remaining little piece that's hanging off and pull it onto your fishtail. And there you go, you have your bracelet. Now to finish it up, all you do is take your clip and find your cap band and just clip your cap band. And there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.